Well. Happy December, John.
Hello, Ben. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. It's the
I was
first time
nearly,
we've actually seen each other today.
I was nearly unprepared there.
I know, but I
They've
think
glimpsed me doing ablutions on the other cam.
they did. They saw you self-flagellation. They saw you brushing your teeth. Yeah, they saw it all. Before we get into the show, I just want to congratulate our current viewer, Trudy, on a position that she has been offered today in suicide prevention awareness. And I think it's a very, very noble thing to do. And we are all with you. We stand with you. We think you've done a fantastic job. We think you're a fantastic advocate for suicide prevention awareness. So take it by the balls. Speaking of the balls, we have your ball sitting here atop the tree. I don't know if you can see it.
Balls.
But it's there. It's not strung on yet, but it is there. And we will continue to support anyone doing anything noble for their fellow man. You're very welcome, Trudy. It's lovely to see and it's lovely to hear, and hopefully it can help you as well as you can help others. So with that out of the way, shall we get into the preamble, John?
Yes, okay. What are we preambling about? I haven't really discussed it.
Well, I think it's going to have to be what's on the thumbnail, isn't it? Unless you've got that in the slides.
It's in the list.
All right, we'll go there. We'll go there later. We'll go there at the appropriate moment. But no, we haven't really had much time to discuss anything today because I've been very, very unwell this morning. I did our morning meeting over the phone, laid up on the couch. In fact, but it's all good. I am here. I have arrived. I am full of medication, and I am continuing to fill myself with coffee. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful show. But John, people are actually sponsoring my balls.
Yeah, well, that's nice. That's nice. So Dino keeps asking. He keeps asking where his rum is, and I've told him that I am working to raise funds to repair the van, and then you and I will drop it off.
Yes, that's absolutely correct, Dino. We will drop it off when he has raised funds to repair the van. No, I'm feeling okay at the minute, Trudy. Thank you very much for your concern, but yeah, I've got enough good stuff in my system now to get me through this next hour. But the world's gone fucking mad, hasn't it, John?
Well, when you say gone, when do you think it started? That's the thing.
No, it's over. It's over, John. Yeah, I know I'm being cynical, but I think it properly started. I think the decline really began around 2010, 2011. And then it's just been a race to the bottom ever since.
Yeah, well, you might be right. It might have started even before that, to be fair. I think I put a shot up today from with Ursula von der Leyen saying things that Ukraine would probably rather she hadn't said, because she was exposing how many people that she thought had died in the Ukrainian military. And that short has had 0 views on YouTube. Very
interesting, that, isn't it?
It's quite telling, isn't it?
It's almost like it's being algorithmically suppressed, John.
Yeah, because most of our shots hit about in general terms now, it's between about 1,000 and 5,000. Yeah. Some of them go on to 100,000, but, most of our shots are between 1 and 5,000.
Yeah.
And for a short to sit on 0, and I did that as a kind of experiment, because I put a couple of political shorts up yesterday.
They hit quite well, didn't they?
No, they didn't. The political ones just died. 9 views, 10 views. The one about the funny one about the ski lift. Oh no, the George Carlin one. 5,000 views.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very telling. It's almost like things that people should be hearing about are being algorithmically repressed in place of funnies to distract you.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. I have no doubt. That the narrative is still being manipulated and still being coerced and shaped by the media companies, by the social media companies, by the MSN, by the governments. They're still at it. They haven't gone away. They're just changing the direction. they're just changing ever so slightly onto a different narrative, and it's all there just to keep us under control. But having said that, I don't know if China's in the list about the Shanghai stuff.
What you mean? Might be. The Zhengzhou stuff?
Yeah, well, it might be. Yeah.
If it's not, we will get to it in the post-amble, I guess.
Yeah, okay. The post-amble.
The post-amble.
Anyway, so with that, I'd like to welcome everyone to this episode 169 of Chasing Dissent Live. And with your host, John and Ben. Off.
They did hear you scream, "Yours on!" in Scottish. Yeah, they heard that. They heard. I was actually going to ask you before we jumped off to the list.
What
is Elon and Apple in the list?
Elon and Apple, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
There's quite a lot about Elon. I mean, there's a cracking short about Elon that I put up about 12:30.
There is. It's very
probably,
good.
I think it's one of my better ones.
It's very good.
Then again, I do tend to think that of my shorts anyway, but it's quite good because he does say some telling things in it and then comes across as a complete and utter robot, doesn't he?
Yeah, well,
a broken one at that. He's not an eloquent speaker.
No, he's not. He's not an eloquent speaker at all. But then again, sometimes neither are we, John. Should we start with our first story then? What have we got for us to kick off the news today?
I've got Governor Ron.
Hi, Governor.
Right? And I'll be honest.
Asylum, please.
Yeah, I'll be honest though. This to me is the mark of a president.
So Ron DeSantis, the Chinese Communist Party's zero-COVID policy is draconian, unscientific, and represents a gross violation of individual rights. The Chinese people are right to protest the maniacal impulse to exercise total control of the population, which is the hallmark of the CCP regime.
Presidential, I think.
I agree. Very, very good. Very, very well worded, well thought out, and true.
True and to the point, and leaves no room for interpretation.
Push the fucking button. True. There you go. You got there in the end. I'm saying.
Yeah. I got there in the end.
You did.
But
you did.
I think Governor Ron is the man.
Do you think he does run in 2024 though? I'm not so sure.
It all depends on what happens with Trump because let's face it, the man's a wild card, and he's had his day, and the Republican Party I think know that, and they don't want to be associated with him. So the problem's going to be, I don't think they get elected if they run with Trump. I really don't.
See, I don't know. Because the thing is, Biden's done a terrible, terrible job. The economy is in the floor. Is it going to be the case of Hillary and Trump, which was the best of a bad choice?
I don't know. I mean, if they put Hillary up again, they'll lose, probably the Democrats.
Well, yeah. But who do you think they put up? Do you think they're going to put up Hillary Clinton? Hillary versus Trump, the rematch?
They don't really have anyone, do they? I mean, who's going to throw his hat in the ring? Newsom's going to throw his hat in the ring, isn't he?
I tell you who they can't use.
Go on.
Their biggest donor, Sam Bankman-Fried. Well, their second biggest donor, Sam Bankman-Fraud, as I've come to lovingly call him. Only, Sam, only.
Yeah, he's only got 100 grand left. I wish I had 100 grand.
I wish I had 100 grand, yeah, I do. I wish I had 1 grand.
Yeah, so Sam Bankman-Fried, as you say, is being interviewed by George Stephanopoulos.
Yes, he was. He sat
and got a bit of a easy time of it, didn't he?
And a massive applause at the end. Yeah, massive
What the fuck
applause.
is it with people? Are they stupid? It's a Ponzi scheme.
Yes.
He was running a Ponzi scheme.
Yes, and he was funneling a lot of money from that Ponzi scheme into his other company, Alameda Research.
Laundering money. Yeah, that's what he was doing.
And
allegedly.
And your money at that, if you did put any money into FTX, your money at that. It was going to Democratic Party candidates for their campaigns. Are you happy with that? Are you glad? I mean, he's got the Shark Tank guy on board, hasn't he? He's like, I think he's telling the truth. Yeah, he's like, I lost millions with FTX, but I think he's just made some mistakes. I think he's just misunderstood.
It's just crazy. I mean, it's like you say, the world is mad. The world has gone mad.
I watch a YouTuber quite often. His name is CoffeeZilla. And all he does is expose crypto scams now, really. That's his forte.
Oh, that's probably a full-time job.
And I was watching him live tweet the Sam Bankman-Fried interview, and he's going, this guy's giving a masterclass on how to lie for an hour-long interview. Yeah. And I have to agree. I do. I have to agree. This dude is... I think he's too well connected at this point that he sees the inside of a jail cell. I don't think the Democrat Party will let that happen, but... I mean, look, he's going on these interviews. He's going on a Twitter space, allegedly, in the next couple of days, where he's going to face off against Kim.com on a panel.
Yeah,
that should be interesting. That should be very, very interesting if he shows up, of course.
Yeah.
But he's pious and he's big-headed enough to start doing this stuff. And he's like, sorry, y'all, I lost all your money. Don't blame me, though. I'll do everything I can to make it right. Some people are destitute. Some people would have committed suicide because of this, because they lost everything. I think Tom Brady and his wife have lost so much.
His estranged wife.
Yes, well, his estranged wife. But anyway... Moving off of Sam Bankman-Fried and quickly going to the chat, we've got some compliments. Looking good, John.
Thank you.
Robin says, now you've both got balls, because Robin sent me a ball. It's on the tree here. It says, I'm fond of your balls. So thank you for that, Robin. I really do appreciate that. I do. Luke Honeythunder, your ball is on the tree here. And Luke says, "Hey up, good afternoon, everyone. Nice hat, John. Much better than Ben's." What did I say to you during the intro, John?
You said you had to fucking go and one-up me, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think that was your exact words.
I think that was my exact words, yeah.
But I didn't buy it. I just took it out the gym.
Yeah.
From the stuff that's on display.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I think that's what they call it.
But if you would like to support my balls and have a ball placed upon the tree of representation, you can kind of see it here. The balls are sitting. Then you can donate £10 to paypal.me/WillyBricks and put a little note with a little message in your name, and I'll put it on the Chasing Dissent Christmas tree of representation for the entirety of December. If you would like to support John's hats and John's van, you can do so via the Ko-fi link. It's entirely up to you what you do. These are our individual things, just trying to get a little bit of festive cheer going on and a little bit of help to keep the lights on over here. Happy December to you too as well, Vaughan. And speaking of Vaughan in our chat, he is an integral member of what we call Team Trash. And Team Trash is our gaming team. And we have that live streams pretty much every night at the moment over on our second channel, 100 Acre Swamp, where we are scheduled on that channel, if you go over there, to be live tonight at 9 p.m. So if you would like to join us, John will be lovingly putting that stream out for us once again. And we hope to see you there. Come and have a chat about anything you want. We will talk to you. Just come over. Join us. Subscribe. And subscribe to this channel as well if you haven't already. Shall we move on, John?
Yes. The Ukrainian Foreign Minister.
So this is from Dagny Tago. We want to thank NATO for the help they gave us, but I came here with 3 words. Faster, faster, faster. We need weapons as quickly as possible. But their weapons keep ending up in other places, John.
Yes, they do. They do. Money and weapons, weapons and money, rinse and repeat.
Money, weapons.
Fair.
Vaughn says you need a new hat, Ben. Looks like you found it in the bin. I had to go to that. I did. Yeah, fuck all of you. Yeah? fuck the lot of you.
Ben, John looks like Father Christmas and Ben looks like homeless Santa.
Fuck a lot of you. If you want me to get a better hat, you better start sponsoring my balls, Vaughn.
That tickles me.
How am I meant to do a super not so serious news show when I'm getting this kind of abuse from our chat room?
Don't read it. Just ignore the troll room.
It's not called the troll room anymore. It's called the twat room. Okay. Let's take a pause for a minute. Let's take a pause. Let's put a pin in this whole hat situation. See, there's a pin in it.
Because we're gonna go somewhere.
We're gonna go.
Very topical.
We are. We're gonna move over to the palace, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, so what's gone on? I know something has gone on, but I've not been looking. So tell me.
Well, apparently, 83-year-old member of the palace staff. I think she is some kind of godmother of one of the princes, by the way. Asked her, in her kind of, I don't know what job they do. They just attract people or whatever, or talk to people. But anyway, she asked her where she was from, and she said she was from Stepsister, right?
Mm.
Now, Stepsister is a charity,
right?
It's a charity that is founded and benefits people of Caribbean and African descent, women of Caribbean and African descent.
Right.
Okay. So this woman said, no. I meant, where are you from?
Yep.
Because obviously she's not probably what would be considered traditionally ethnic North European.
Okay.
And then they danced around this subject with the 83-year-old becoming increasingly, where, and eventually comes out with I don't even know if I want to say that on the channel.
Okay.
Where do your. And at this point, she allegedly took offence. Now, the question is, I think, it's probably ill-considered.
Yeah.
In fact, it's definitely ill-considered. It's maybe a bit on the rude side to keep that line of questioning going. But I think there's fault on both sides here because, let's face it, if you have an ancestry that you're proud of, then why wouldn't you tell people where you're from? Because have you ever been to America, Ben?
Yes.
Have you ever spoken to an American?
Yes.
Because usually the first 10 minutes of speaking to an American
where are you from?
And then it's them telling you where they're from. And it almost always goes like, I'm from Ireland, although he's speaking with a southern drawl, I'm from Ireland. My great-great-grandparents' dog was Irish, something like that. And they have the most tenuous links to other countries. And they grow to great pains. I'm half Italian, a quarter Portuguese, and a bit of Spaniel.
Yeah, they do say that. Yeah, they do say things like that.
And they do this all the time. So what's the actual difference? In real terms, what's the actual difference? Well,
there is no difference. Yes, in real terms, there is no difference. And along with this, I've been seeing the trend on Twitter this morning. She's 83, and the woman's asked her this, is 83 years of age, probably doesn't have all of her mental faculties about her, so let's start there.
Even if she doesn't, even if she does, right? She's from a different time, and this is. I mean, I'm from a different time than you, and I come away with things that you cringe at.
But again, I wish I was from the same time as you. My generation are embarrassing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like people need to grow up, and unfortunately, that's not happening. And we're back to my theory of infantilization.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's becoming more and more of a child.
No, you're absolutely right.
You need everything done for you.
You are absolutely right.
Pretty soon you won't be able to buy shoes that lace up. It'll be Velcro only or slip-ons. And then when you see the multitudes walking down the street licking the windows, you know exactly what is going on. They have returned you to a state of imbecility.
Yeah, but you got to think this is definitely by design, right? This is definitely by design.
Yeah, of course it is. She's at it. She's egged on the situation. She could have glossed it over and said, "Yeah, okay, it's an old woman. I'll cut her some slack." But no. I'm gonna get this in the papers. I'm gonna have my 5 minutes of fame. I'm going to be famous. I'm going to live forever. Oh no, sorry, that was Irene Cara, and she didn't. Oh, what happened there? Was that too soon? Sorry.
Do you know what?
Irene Cara's dead. She died the other day.
Yes, I know. And Fleetwood Mac is an easy listen, isn't it? So
Christine McVie. Oh well. Having said that, Christine McVie was 79. Irene Cara was only 63.
Yes, I know, but I'm talking about Christine McVie. I've got my wires crossed here, and unfortunately, that's what happens when you're
79. Yeah.
79. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's not. Okay, it might be. You might consider it a tragedy, but it's to be expected once one gets to that kind of age.
I mean, look at Vaughan here in our chat. He says, "People so sensitive. I have people ask me all the time where I'm from because Vaughan sounds Germanic or Scandinavian. I always just say,
Vaughan.
I'm from Hackney."
That's because you don't speak with the correct accent, Vaughan.
Yeah, he walks around like this. All right, there.
Yeah.
Like when we're playing Fortnite. If you come and watch us.
My name is Vaughn, don't you know?
Yeah.
And then people will go, "Oh, he's upper class. He's an aristocrat."
If you come and watch us play, the kiss of death for our matches is always Vaughan's Cockney accent coming through the houses. We got this, boys. We got this, boys.
It's like playing with, who's that guy, Bob Hoskins?
Yeah, we got this, boys.
In fact, we should maybe we should be pushing Fortnite for a Bob Hoskins skin.
Add Super Mario, because he did that awful Mario Brothers movie where he actually played Mario from the games. Bob Hoskins as Super Mario Fortnite. Get on it.
As a Cockney.
Yeah, as a Cockney. He's a Cockney geezer.
So speaking of imbeciles.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another couple done it. I really want to see the video of this. I haven't been able to track it down yet, right? But they glued themselves to the handrail in the Philharmonic Orchestra Hall in Hamburg, right? Mm-hmm. This is just not boiler or whatever. But obviously they unscrewed the handrail and just took them out. So apparently the audience were laughing and applauding as they were taken out. Here, come with us. I'll just pull this handrail.
Did you see that footage? It's been going around for a few weeks now from France, where they're just like, fuck around and find out.
Oh, yeah.
And they just fucking pick them out the road and just throw them. You know what? Yeah. I saw that earlier on and I thought, there's a few lessons in here, John. Yeah, there's a few lessons.
You've seen guys in England doing it as well.
Yeah, but the lessons are, the first one is don't sit in the road if you don't want this to happen to you. Yeah. And the second one is if you see people sitting in the road, this is how to deal with them.
Yeah, just pick them up by the scruff of the neck and throw them into the bushes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're not advocating any kind of violence here on this show, but we're just suggesting that there may be lessons in clearing the road. Little picking indeed. Before we do move on, I can see a few of you watching there and not as many likes. So if you are loving it or enjoying it or any kind of liking, then please hit that like button. We would really, really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed already, bing boom, bing boom, bing boom. What?
Lovely sound effects.
Well, I don't have a soundboard like you, John.
Yeah, I don't think I've got a sound loaded for bing bong, bing bong, bing bong.
You're going to have to get one.
Okay, doke.
Vaughan's calling Natasha a Putin apologist in our chat. Or it could go here.
Go all wrong.
And I can see the likes flying up now, so thank you very much. We can move on to some breaking news from Sky News. Government runs out of prison places and has to ask police for cells. Is this true?
Why you tell me?
Do you really think our prisons are full? They're brimming.
It seems strange, right? So it's on Sky News, so one would think they've done a little bit of fact-checking. This is a hard one to check, because not only do we have, government-run prisons, we have private prisons as well. So
yes, we do.
It's difficult to find out how many prison places we have. But I don't know. It just sounds a bit strange. And you can't keep people in police cells long-term because they don't have the facilities. Like, they don't have a TV.
It doesn't make any sense.
I don't even have a wash basin in a police cell.
I can see the Just Stop Oil lot moaning already. They're like, there's no police, more prison places.
And you're right, Militant Mushroom. Most of the cop shots are shot.
Yeah.
Because of
the goof.
Yeah, but I know even before I left, Strathclyde Police were consolidating their cells and shutting down the local offices.
Well, our local town centre police station that you used to be able to walk into closed its doors and moved into the council offices.
Yeah. Well, it's same here. The separate police station has shut its doors and it's in the council building now.
Oh wow, indeed. Shall we move on to an idiot? And that's the only way I can phrase this, because I saw this tweet. Let's put it up.
No, this is a tweet. Do you want to read this tweet out, Ben?
Yeah, I will read it out for you. For some reason, the capture is cutting off the bottom, but I'll have to sort that out later. It says, it's from Sadiq Khan, your mayor of London. If you live in London, Vaughan, you cockney geezer, this is your mayor. The return of Donald Trump to Twitter shows why we desperately need new regulation of social media and online speech. Freedom of speech is vital, but, well, then it's not vital, is it? It must be balanced against keeping other people safe to protect our democracy and society. What the fuck are you talking about, Sadiq? Trump's actions have put people at risk from hate crimes and physical violence, and he encouraged an attempt to overthrow the democratically elected US government on 6th of January.
Oh, that's not been proven, has it?
No, I think somebody could get sued for this. We already know it could happen again if he is allowed back. He should not be given access.
So what would he say? Go forth peacefully and let your voices be heard.
That's what he said.
Yeah, so if that happened again, why would that be a bad thing if you just tell people to go forth peacefully and let your voice be heard?
Well, I can do some real-time fact-checking here for you. Let me just go over to his Twitter account because it's back.
He should not be given access to a huge platform.
He owns the platform.
To continue spreading hate and undermining democracy without at the very least signing a binding code of conduct leading to his immediate removal if broken. Hold on a minute. Can? I mean, you are like... You're the last person that should be asking people to do things like this. This is... What's up?
I want to show you something.
Go on.
I'm gonna try and put it on the screen. Let me just turn off.
This is fake.
No. This is just very interesting, and I want to know if anybody else is getting this very, very same suggestion here. I'm just gonna try and put it up on screen for you. Let me press it. Donald Trump's Twitter account's lost all its tweets.
Oh, has it now?
Well, I'm looking here. Look, something went wrong. Retry. Real Donald Trump hasn't tweeted. When they do, the tweets will show up here. Seems like Donald Trump's tweets have all been deleted.
Interesting.
Now, were they deleted by Donald Trump, or were they deleted by disgruntled Twitter employees? But look, there are no tweets there.
That's interesting.
That is very interesting. And I'll
there were tweets there the other day.
I'll refresh it again just to see.
Yeah.
Nothing. In fact, it's knocked me out of Twitter. That's interesting. Anyway,
okay.
Shall we move on?
Carrying on. Yeah, moving on. So, moving on.
Indie Ref 2, are you there?
So it's like, it's quite good because it's a seance. So Indie Ref 2 is dead.
Yeah, of course it is.
Right. So do you know what's been going on behind the scenes about them you know, the hierarchy are still obviously pushing this indie ref business, and
Yeah.
even though it's been declared that it would be illegal and you can't do it and all this, they're still pushing behind the scenes because it's the only thing the SNP really have as a policy. You know, if they don't have this, then how can they? What do they stand for? So if they don't stand for independence, what really do they stand for? And
I honestly don't know.
And the some of the Scottish SNP MPs have realised that this isn't going to work.
Mm.
And they're pushing back against the hierarchy, and this is what has led to the next slide, I think, because a coup was attempted. Nicola jumped in to try and save him earlier on last week, and now he has had to go because his MPs have got more than enough support to oust him. So he's just resigned before he was pushed.
He has indeed. He has indeed. Ian Blackford resigns as SNP leader at Westminster after aborted coup. So the coup d'etat has indeed been successful because he's gone.
Yeah, well, it's exactly the same with what happened to Boris and Rishi and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's no longer the SNP leader. That doesn't mean he's out of Westminster. He's still in there, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's just not the SNP leader, so you won't get him up and talking as much. Hopefully,
no.
You know, Billy Bunter will have to take a back seat.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, let me get back to the slides and we can move on. Here we go. Okay, here we go. This is what this is what we are here to talk about. This is on the thumbnail. This is the question: are we all destined to become cyborgs? As Twitter czar Elon Musk expects Neuralink to begin human trials in 6 months. He did a show and tell live stream last night, didn't he? Where he got a monkey to do things with a chip in its brain.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it's the same as I mean, he makes the comments all the time, doesn't it? He goes like, you can't even see the Neuralink because, you know, it's so thin that we've just replaced the layers of skull that we had to shave off with a Neuralink. It's just like putting an Apple Watch in your head, you know?
Well, exactly.
That's what he said, right? So the thing is, did he not say the same when they launched the Sportster? Remember?
Yeah.
It's so you know it's real because it's so fake. It looks so fake.
Well, indeed. But
yeah, right. So the monkey's not proving anything because you don't know that the monkey's actually working that computer.
No, anyone could be working that computer. Yeah, anyone could. So but I don't like the idea at all because even if it is right, even if it's all kosher, it's all above board, it is all real. The implications of putting chips in people's heads.
There's a couple of things, right? So if you're doing it for augmentation, then that's it. Okay, that's it. Because what you've done then, I would suggest, is you have replaced evolution.
Yeah.
With technology. Right?
Yeah.
So that means biologically we are probably at the peak, and that's it. We will not progress biologically any longer.
Yeah.
Right? So the only way forward is to become hybrid. Right?
Right.
Or cyborg, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So that then leads us to the Borg. So we end up as the Borg.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a group. Or we end up as heads in Jaws.
Yes.
Which is possible.
Very possible. Very possible indeed.
Route. So the question is, why do you want to do this? And if it's just to help people who have had like massive spinal injuries and things like, you know, remember Christopher Reeve and that. So if you could help people like that, then laudable. Yep. But just to make the interface between you and your phone faster. Really?
Yeah.
Because in his show and tell, he said, you know, you can only work your phone as fast as your thumbs can go.
Well, yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's interesting. Really?
The thing is, we already make tweets and respond to people too quickly because, well, what's the whole blue tick thing? Giving you the 30 seconds countdown. Is that to let you time to consider if you actually want to make the tweet, right?
I wanna give you a quick update on the blue tick thing.
Yeah, but
listen. This might be some breaking news.
Right, hold on. But if the blue tick thing is to give you time to consider, why would you then want to make your tweet faster if it's going to be ill considered? That's my point. So why do you need to do everything faster? Faster does not necessarily mean better.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. But I think now if I search for Donald Trump's tweets, they might be back.
You could tell me. If everything you did was faster, would it be better?
No.
Right. So you can tell me.
I'm right. Donald Trump's tweets have returned. There appeared just in my in the last 10 minutes or so. This seems to be a bit of breaking news, right? That I have discovered. Or
was it just you?
No, it wasn't just me. It seemed to be all verified accounts, including my wife's. Went dark for a series of 10 minutes. Do you think they've just made an update to Twitter Blue?
Possibly.
Yeah, so I can tell you that all verified accounts just went dark for about 10-15 minutes.
You're getting awfully excited about this.
Well, it's something else that I see nobody else reporting. We do like to be on the ball here, John. So I'm telling you, for the last 10-15 minutes, there's been a problem with all verified accounts on Twitter, and now it seems to have resolved itself. So I can only assume
done an update.
They've done an update. Ogham the Bold says, I voted to allow Trump back on Twitter as a punishment. But the thing is, it's a punishment to the left, right? Because he hasn't even tweeted. And they've lost their goddamn minds.
I was going to say, if he started tweeting, it could be a punishment to everyone, because some of his tweets were a bit on the ridiculous side on occasion, weren't they?
Oh, yeah. You're calling Kim Jong-il Rocket Man and things like that. Or Kim Jong-un.
He was a bit of a loose cannon.
I am looking...
said that's probably part of his attraction.
We are looking at the heads in a jar slide now, just for everybody. This is your destiny if we continue going down this road. It really is.
And Matt Groening, there he is on the left. He's a man that I'm thinking is a time traveller, because he gets too much right.
Well, he gets a fair bit right, and then his cartoons get altered often to say that he predicted it.
Okay, but some of them don't get altered, and they're still 100% spot on.
Yeah, because I don't think he's a time traveller more than I think he can read the public mood better than most. I mean, I think I can read the public mood quite well.
Some of these cartoons are from like 20 years ago now, and they're still hitting the spot.
So let's have a look at this tweet here from No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen. After 3 years of legal battles, Democrats are now in possession of Donald Trump's tax returns. Now the real audit can begin. They are going to do anything to destroy this man, aren't they?
Yeah, well, okay, so here's the question, and it wasn't originally phrased by me, but I'll summarize it. So the question is, would you rather see the tax returns of a billionaire, right, who became president, or would you rather see the tax return of someone who's been in the Senate for 120 years and is now president, and wonder how he became a billionaire? Well,
this is the question, isn't it? It's the question on everybody's minds, but I imagine he'll say, oh, I submitted my tax returns, I'm transparent.
Yeah, well, okay, but how did he become a billionaire?
It's a very good question.
While spending his entire adult life in public service.
Well, it's a very, very good question, isn't it?
And that same question applies to our MPs as well.
It does.
How do you become so rich when spending your life in public service when you really don't get paid that much?
No, you don't.
You know, I mean, okay, they get paid slightly more than a train driver, but not much more.
No.
And how does Jacinda Ardern's net worth, jump by over like 20 million?
Ask Pfizer.
In the last 2 years. 2 years, people.
Sorry, did I say something there?
Yeah, I think you might have. You might have coughed, I think.
I think I might have coughed.
Well, that's what I meant to say. I did see a rather humorous tweet about Musk going on about Neuralink and saying that human trials will be ready to start in 6 months. They're ready to start now, but they're waiting for FDA approval.
Yes.
And someone said, well, why don't you ask Pfizer? I'm sure they could shortcut it.
I will say he has basically turned around and said, I'll do it.
Yeah, that's perfect. Have a look at the short, people.
If you're not subscribed to the channel, then do please make sure you are, and go and look at the short John put out earlier. It is quite fascinating and funny.
What's it called again?
What could possibly go wrong? What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, to be asking that as well, to actually, sticking chips in people's brains. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen, John?
What's the worst that could happen?
So, and asking that very same question segues us nicely into our next slide. From the Daily Mail, Osama bin Laden's son reveals he wants to come to the UK. Omar bin Laden lives in Normandy, France, with his British wife Zaina, who changed her name from Jane Felix Brown when they married. So her name was Jane. Yeah. Now it's Zaina. But
Okay,
this man is the son of Osama bin Laden. Right?
He looks like Osama bin Laden in a meat suit. He looks like he's climbed inside a bigger suit.
So my question is this, and people might dislike me for this stance, but seriously, what's the worst that could happen?
But seriously, what's the problem?
Just because he is somebody's son does not mean he is that person. Sins of the father and all of that.
Yeah, what's the problem? I mean, if he's entitled to, fine. He should probably go and live in America because, I mean, Osama bin Laden is an American creation.
Well, I can't neither confirm or deny that. Trudy says it's Jesus.
He can.
But
follow the money.
But the thing is, like I said, what's the worst that can happen? Because sins of the father, sins of the son, all of that bollocks. We can't blame him for things that his father did. Now, if he believes in his father's extremist ideology, that's a different story, right? Yeah. If he believes in the same things that his father allegedly did, and he wants to commit the same heinous acts, we're probably not wanting that. But if he's just a regular guy with a British wife who just wants to live out his life, it doesn't matter who his father was, as far as I'm concerned. That's just my 2 cents, and people can agree or disagree. I don't really care.
Speaking of the sins of the father,
let's move on to
the sins of the son.
Yeah, but the sins of the son and the father are very much intertwined here, aren't they?
Yeah, so Twitter,
as per the laptops.
Twitter's former trust and safety chief said it was a mistake to censor the Hunter Biden laptop story. We didn't know what to believe. Oh, yeah, there you go. And that sums up Twitter as it was in a nutshell.
Yeah.
We didn't know what to believe because you guys were censoring stuff that should have been out there. There is no reason why stuff isn't allowed to be out there and allow people to make up their own minds.
And
that's why you didn't know what to believe.
And that's exactly right, because if we move on to our next slide, this story's kind of out of date now. The EU warns Musk that Twitter faces ban over content moderation, threat made during video meeting where European Commissioner told billionaire to adhere to strict rules. Now, what are those rules, first of all? What are they?
Yep.
And if it means censorship, as in you censor anything we want you to censor, and you only promote the narratives we want you to promote, I say call their bluff.
Walk away. Yeah, walk away. Do what Rumble did in France. Walk away.
Yeah, I say.
You know what? Because you know what, people, and it's not hard to get a VPN.
No.
Right.
And there are a lot of free ones out there.
Yeah, and even buying a VPN isn't expensive.
Nope.
So there is no way you should be beholden to anyone.
No.
Now, remember, this is the EU, so we're not in the EU.
No, we're not.
And we shouldn't be adopting their new laws, so I don't know if it would apply to us or not, but some of the legacy stuff still does.
It does, yeah.
That's something we should really be trying to sort out. But Elon just needs to walk away here.
Yeah, I agree.
And he's kind of he's now resolved the issue with Tim. He resolved that last night, didn't he?
Yeah, he actually went to Apple HQ.
Yeah, he had a meeting with Tim, and Tim said, "Oh, it was just a misunderstanding." That's not what happened. Not in my head.
No, in
my head, Tim said, "What the hell are you doing?" And Elon goes, "Well, what the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
And Tim goes, "You can't make a phone And Elon goes, well, I'll make a phone if you take us out your app store. And Tim goes, oh, iPhone, 58% of my revenue. Oh, fuck. I tell you what, Elon, you don't make a phone, we'll leave your app in the app store.
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
I think that's probably what happened. Basically, Elon turned up unannounced at Apple HQ swinging his balls.
Yeah. Come ahead. Come on, big boy. Come on, Tim. You and me stripped to the waist. The forecourt.
Literally, within 24 hours of Elon declaring war on Apple on Twitter, he turns up at their headquarters.
Done and dusted.
Done and dusted. In and out.
Don't get me wrong. I think he's a fucking psycho for this Neuralink stuff.
Yeah,
I agree.
Do.
I don't like this at all. I don't like the direction it's going in. I don't think it's appropriate. Other than if it's for a purely medical assistance thing.
Yeah. No, and I agree. And speaking of mental health problems, what are the woke up to now?
I haven't seen this program yet.
I've just watched the finale this morning. I've watched the series.
Is it worth watching?
Really good.
Right.
I enjoyed it.
So the problem is, the people in this show are called what? What are they called?
They are called basically others, outsiders.
No. The people that do the show, the people that
actors.
Are in the actors, yes. Yep. And what the actors do, they pretend to be other people for a living.
They play pretend for a living, that's absolutely right.
With other people's emotions, other people's characteristics, other people's storylines and backstories. They pretend.
Yeah, they play pretend for a living, yeah.
Yeah. So how can it be racist to cast a black actor as a bully?
And the thing is... No, because I don't think the people saying this have actually watched the show.
Well, yeah, but they probably haven't. But the thing is, does that mean you cannot cast black people as bullies anymore? Is that not racist because you're denying them a role?
Well, I would say so. But second of all, if people have watched the show, and this is a bit of a spoiler alert, the two actors that they're on about actually have their characters have a really good arc within the show, and they don't end up as bullies. Put it that way. They start out, and I wouldn't even call what they do to begin with bullies. And so they're on about two characters.
Is the woke hive mind gone nuts again? Hasn't it?
Well, what I actually think it is, and this is just my personal opinion, you don't have to agree with me, but I think one or two tweets have dropped on the internet saying this bollocks, and the sensational news rags have run with it. That's what I think's happened.
Because they're part of the woke hive mind.
Yeah, even the New York Post, who this is from.
Oh, of course, they are definitely part of the woke hive mind.
Yeah.
They're funny, but they are part of it. Speaking of funny, have a look at this next picture and tell me what's wrong. What's going on here?
Well, this is from Defense of Ukraine, once again, and it says, His Majesty the Fire.
Right, so is that or is that not the worst fucking example of Photoshop you've ever seen?
Well, that fire doesn't look real.
No, that fire's not real, mate.
No, it doesn't look real at all, does it? Well, I think it's probably a little smouldering pile there, and then they've just photoshopped on some flames.
And some smoke.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, that is possibly the worst fucking Photoshop I've done. And to me, that sums up that account.
Yeah.
Nothing but a fabrication, a distortion of the truth, a distortion of the reality field, because it is nothing at all to do with what's going on, and purely propaganda propping up a corrupt regime.
Mm-hmm. I've got the next slide in view, and I don't know what to say.
Well, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see that? Now, the first thing that jumped into my mind was, that's like a darker version of Shit Rod.
I mean, it looks like he's got Bell's palsy, doesn't he?
Yeah, but look at his face. It's ginormous. He's been overdoing the Botox. That's what that is.
So that's an overdo of Botox versus quite extreme weight loss by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, look at the size of his head. It's massive. This is like, do you remember when...
I mean, look at his left eye. You can barely see it.
Yeah, I know, because I think he's overdone the Botox, right? It might be Bell's palsy, but I think that's a Botox overdone. I don't think it's anything to do with something else that people might be thinking it is, right?
Mm.
Do you remember when what's his name, Rambo?
Sylvester Stallone, yeah.
He went on his Botox journey and he's come off it now, and his head has shrunk down to more manageable proportions. But look at the size of that head. That's ridiculous.
I mean,
see, this is the problem. People's faces swell dramatically on Botox, and I don't think they see it. How do they not see it?
I would like to
you
echo
have a massive face, mate.
I would like to echo DW in the chat here, who simply says, "What the fuck has he done to himself?"
Well, exactly.
Eek. What is going on here?
Well, he's vain anyway, isn't he? So,
but he's actually turning up to America's Got Talent and going and doing his shows looking like that. Clearly.
Well, yeah, because there's nothing he can do to. You can't like take the Botox out. I mean, you know what the Botox does? It's a toxin, right? And it paralyzes your facial muscles, right? That's how it works.
It's just.
And if you have a reaction against it, you'll have inflammation and swelling, and that's why these people end up with massive faces.
John.
Yeah.
What are you doing to me today?
Well, what's wrong?
Because I've got the next slide, John. I haven't put it up yet, but John, is this before I put this up? Is this real?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I just thought, if you're gonna go all in, go all in.
I what?
So, a fan was arrested in William Bryce Stadium for masturbating with a Bojangles chicken sandwich and throwing his semen at cheerleaders. If you're gonna go for it, mate, go all in.
Speaking of All In, we will be live tomorrow night at 9 PM right here on this channel for our weekly All In show. And we hope to see you there. Speaking of 9 PM shows, you can join us tonight at 9 PM over on our second channel, 100 Acre Swamp, as we piss about playing Fortnite with a Cockney. We're in the funny section, right?
Well, we're in the last slide next.
So this is the final slide?
Yeah, coming.
Are we ready? Are you ready, John?
I'm ready.
I'm trying to prepare them for this. I mean, I'm just going to reposition my Christmas hat. Right.
I mean,
hold on. I haven't put it up yet. I haven't put it up yet.
I know, and I'm trying to prepare myself because I don't actually know what I can say about it. But there's a couple of questions I have, or concerns. One of them would be that I would be fearing that he wouldn't be getting enough vitamin D, given where he lives.
Over in the North Pole?
Yeah. That's not a traditional Santa.
That Santa Claus loves himself a ho, ho, ho. That was bad. That was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. What has the world come to?
So right now on Disney Plus, we have the continuation. Remember the Tim Allen Santa Claus movie?
Yeah.
Well, they made 3 of those over the years.
Yeah, which got progressively worse.
And then they're releasing a season of it at the moment, starring Tim Allen every Wednesday. They're doing a show on Disney Plus called The Santa Clauses.
Oh, is Tim Allen back?
I
thought Tim Allen was kind of persona non grata for a while.
He's back. Disney have got him back.
He was persona non grata, though.
But I think they've only brought him back, from what I'm seeing so far, to completely disgrace his character. Like they did with Han Solo and like they did with Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on over on Disney Plus at the moment, because we're 3 or 4 episodes in, and right now Cal Penn, who played not Cal Penn, the other one. No, yeah, it's Cal Penn.
Cal Penn.
Yeah, he's an Indian man. He's an Indian.
What?
He's an Indian American. Cal Penn. He's an
Cal Penn.
Cal Penn. Kalpenn. Cal Penn.
Don't go to Texas, mate.
Well, he is currently Santa.
We've ruined Trudy's life.
Yes, in the show, he is currently Santa, and Tim Allen is retired.
Feast upon us. We are the embodiment of Santa.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you definitely are. Look at that.
Should I grow my beard out white?
Go on, do it.
No,
go on, do it. Go on, do it. But I will say this: his character at the moment, Cal Penn's Santa character, is currently destroying the North Pole, and he's a shit Santa.
Okay.
But I either Tim Allen's going to save Christmas, although apparently Tim Allen did fight Disney to get Christ and religion into the show, and apparently he's worked into the last episode of the season because Tim Allen fought hard to say that Christmas is ultimately about Christ and Christianity, and Disney didn't want to go down that road.
Is it though?
Well,
really, is it?
I mean, the clue's in the name, really. I mean, it's not really about that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, but hold on a minute. Let's just wind it back a little bit.
Right.
Okay, let's just wind it back a little bit. So Christianity hijacks a pagan ceremony.
Yes.
Right, and sticks their story on it so as they can take advantage of the pagans that will be celebrating at that time and saying, look at everybody except everybody what do you call celebrating Christmas, right? So that's how it started at this time of year, right? So is it really about Christ, is it? Or is it about a kind of subversive way of trying to convert people from paganism to Christianity?
And that is for our audience to decide. That is not for me and you to decide. That is for you guys to decide for yourselves. And another thing you could decide to do is support us. And you can do so at patreon.com/Chasing Dissent or on Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Chasing Dissent. The other thing you could do is get a ball on my Christmas tree, the tree of representation. And you can join us. Look, there's Trudy's ball for Benjamin. There's Luke Honeythunder's ball. There's a ball from this morning that says, I'm fond of your balls. And another one that says Merry Christmas. You can
Have you got 4 balls now?
I've got 4 balls. I've got 4 balls.
I've only had 2 donations.
Which amounted to the same amount as my 4 balls.
Well, yeah, okay. I'm just saying though.
But still,
too generous, very generous, and great. I'm very grateful for those donations.
You can drop those personally to me, sponsorship via paypal.me/wheeliebricks. We're asking for £10 or more if you would like to give it for a ball upon the tree for the entire month of December. Also, John, you can donate to John personally through the Ko-fi if you'd like to help him with the cost of restarting the van.
You can also give it to me on PayPal paypal.me/JaiPoz.
JAIPOZZ, paypal.me/.
And remember, come along to Discord and speak to us there.
Yeah, I would ask Adam to put that link in, but he's just gone on the school run.
He's gone.
He's just gone. But you can join us tonight on the second channel, 100, the number 100, Acre Swamp at 9 p.m. as we play games and swear. John will swear a lot. That will happen. And
will happen. Yep, does happen. He tried to make it a family-friendly show, but it's just not going to work that way.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And the rest of Team Trash, you can talk to us in the chat. We talk about anything you want. It's just a laid-back, chill 2 or 3 hours of having a laugh. So, John, over to you. We're closing out pretty much on the hour.
Thank you, Ben. And I'd like to thank everyone that's attended this episode 169 of Chasing Dissent Live with me, John, and Ben. We love you, and it's been great.
For you.
For you.
Christmas, all the Christmas trees on fire. Santa's holding the lighter. My parents are both liars. I got gifts, but 1 subscribers. Thanks for the candy basket. Oh God, another jacket. My stocking's filled with acid. Am I dreaming? What just happened?